It's one of my new favorites around. He's fucking hilarious. Make a ton of noise for the great Tim Smith!
One more time. My name is Tim Smith. You heard that right. That name sucks. It's not good. It's not good. Most people like meaning behind their name. Ooh, what's that name? People ask me, like, what's that translate to? I'm like, it's just white person. That's it. Tim Smith sounds like a name you'd make up like off the top of your head. Like really quickly, like when you're in a tight spot, you know what I mean? Like halfway through a lap dance, strippers trying to start a conversation with you. She's like, what's your name? Tim Smith? She's like, that sounds made up. I'm like, oh, does it, cinnamon? Don't you worry about the task at hand, sweetheart. Worry about what I'm doing. I've never understood strippers' names though. You go to a strip club for a very obvious reason. You go there to get horny. They almost exclusively name themselves after things that make you hungry. Like every time. And they used to be kind of subtle with it. They'd be like, my name's Candy. Now they walk right up to your face like, my name's Butterfinger Blast. Butterfinger. I'm not even horny anymore. Just want a little something sugary, but a little something sweet. But you can't say that to a stripper because then they think you're flirting with them. They're like, oh. Oh, you want something sweet in your mouth? What about this sweet, sweet pussy? I'm like, ooh. Oh God, that's not what I meant at all. Also, sweet puss, come on. I would bet that pussy is savory at best. That pussy hasn't been sweet in years. Your stepdad took care of that. Strippers came out tonight on Wednesday. I'm guessing you. No, I'm just kidding. You look nice. No, I don't go to strip. I'm making it sound like I go to strip clubs all the time. I do. I've been like 3 times. They're horrible. They're the worst. It's just sad. It's just a sad interaction. Nothing good ever comes from going to a strip club. No one's ever woken up in the morning after a night at the strip club like. I'm glad I went. That was a good use of my time and money. I usually wake up like, I think she stole my wallet. In the last time we have something in common. Last time I left the strip club, I got a DWI. Which is not cool at all. I'm not bragging about that, but it is true. There was a silver lining for me, though, you know, because I found out that I'm not one of those guys that tries to like fight the cop about it. You know what I mean? One of those assholes who are like, "This is bullshit. What are you arresting me for? I've only had like 2 beers. You solve a real crime, you piece of shit." I vaguely remember him approaching my window, and I rolled it down, and I was like, "You got me." Doing a bang up job. That is just quality police work. He didn't like that at all. He was pissed. He cuffed me, he's bringing me over to his car. This is the only resistance I gave him the whole time. I was just like, what, you're not even giving a field sobriety test? And he turned me around really slowly and he kind of bent down and he goes, is it necessary? I was like, no. No, it's not. I was arrested on a Saturday night. I was in jail for 16 hours. My girlfriend bailed me out at 10:30 on a Sunday morning. That was a magical moment for me. That was the best. I'm sure it was a proud moment for her too. You know what I mean? She's like, sorry ladies, can't do brunch. Tim's in jail. Ooh, he sounds irresponsible. If a girl bails you out of jail, you gotta stick around with that one. That's a keeper right there. If you ever find a girl that'll bail you out of jail, you stay with them. We've been together for 7 years after that. She's the shit. But I've realized something about myself, about like the type of ladies that I like. Like, I like small, petite, brown-headed ladies. I like, you know. I don't know, if I go on right now, she's 5 feet tall and like 100 pounds. And like, to me, she's like the sexiest thing in the world. But like, in a way, it like makes me feel weird, because like, my type physically, apparently, it's like 7th grader. I don't like that. Like, if she just happened to be on a playground during recess, I wouldn't be able to point her out immediately. But yeah, that's her right over there on the monkey bars. Nope, that's not her. That is not her. That's shit. That's, you know, I mean, she's hot too, but that's not what I was looking for. Not what I wanted. We were together for a long time. I'm a relatively young guy, so people think it's like this magical love story. It's not. Relationships are impossible. There's highs and there's lows. We hit a low point recently, and I called my dad to get some advice. My mom had been together for 40 years. I was like, Dad, how on earth have you been with the same person for 40 years? And he was like, look, man, eventually the fun is going to wear off. It always does. But when the fun wears off, that's when it becomes a choice. You gotta choose to love that person. You gotta wake up every day and choose to love that person. And I don't think that that's true. I think you're either in love with somebody or you're not. You know what I mean? It's not a choice. It's not just one of those things that's in the air. I'll just choose this, you know? It's not like being gay. A lot of people don't like that joke. I was trying to decide whether or not to do that joke last night. I was at a show and I told that joke. There was a guy sitting right where you're sitting, right when I hit that punchline. He goes, no! No! He was so pissed. And I kept like trying to like move on through my set, and he kept screaming at me. So I had to be like, sir, like, I'm kidding. Of course I'm kidding. I'm not an idiot. I know that gay people don't choose to be gay. I know that gay people are born gay. You know, which is weird. You know? Like, for me, it's just weird to know that there's this entire section of the population that are literally destined to burn in hell. Other people don't like that either. It's funny, I like saying that joke because I like seeing like the reactions of the people in the crowd. Because like after the first bigoted punchline, like most people kind of get that I'm fucking around. They're laughing, having a good time. Then like after the second bigoted punchline, like pretty much everybody knows. But there's still people looking at me right now like, you piece of shit. You piece of shit. It's like, you know, come on. This is a comedy show, obviously. And I bet if like you knew me, you'd know that like I'm a really open-minded, progressive person. Like I could care less what 2 consenting adults do with their genitals. I don't care at all. You know, as long as you're the same race, have at it. Just don't mix the races. You guys are fun. No, but I actually think my dad's gay. Which I don't care. I don't care. My mom's gonna be pissed, but I don't have a lot of evidence. But like what I do have is compelling. Because he owns one DVD, and it's Fool's Gold. Is anybody familiar with the movie Fool's Gold? A few ladies in here. Yeah, it's starring Matthew McConaughey. He's like a treasure hunter on some island. He's shirtless the whole movie. My dad will not stop watching this movie. I was visiting home a few weeks ago, and I'm staying at my parents' place, and I get up at like 3 a.m. for that, like, you know, that middle of the night drink of water. Walk out into the living room. Guess who's up watching Fool's Gold? I was just like, Dad, again? What the fuck? Again with the fool's gold? And he reacted like somebody that like got caught doing something they're not supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Instantly defensive. Paused the movie. He was like, "What? Tim? What? Oh, you got a problem with me liking this movie? Have you ever seen this movie? Probably not. You have a problem with me appreciating this man's art and this man's craft? You have a problem?" And I was like, "Dad, whoa. Like, I don't have a problem with any of that, but." You're like, "Why's your dick out?" Thank you guys, and Tim Smith.